Woohoo! Hello! We are together! We are together! And we've got Nicola here with us today. Cheryl's giving a very cool popping it out. Say hello. Thumbs or thumbs down for the music. Let us know your thoughts. So basically, like we're talking about the music, we're very restricted as to what StreamYard will allow us to play. Otherwise, it would be all the good stuff, which then Facebook bans you and has then no sound on your stuff because it doesn't want you because of copyright and stuff. Never mind. Here we are with the beautiful Ms. Nicola Wrightson.
Oh, hello.
Hello, my coach. It's so good to see you. Are you looking ostrich? You just said this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We just want to drop in today and keep it real. We haven't been doing that. Keep it real. We haven't been keeping it real. I look like a lobster and she looks like super cool.
We haven't been keeping it real. We've been keeping it real, just not keeping it real.
Yeah.
But we've got you on as our special guest extraordinaire today because, quite frankly, we think people must get really sick of hearing our gobs talking.
Not at all.
And what we love to do, like for us, it's really important that people see like real life progression and the real life stories of clients of ours, friends of ours who are doing the inner work that we bang on about all the time, about how it transforms your life, it changes everything. And rather than us talking about it, ta-da, we bring yet another shining example of what it's like, what life is like on the other side of, in this case, corporate, on the other side of doing the inner work, of getting clear on your purpose, of getting clear on what wealth means to you. And you have been doing all those things since we started working together. Like,
it'll be coming up 2 years now.
2 years. Because didn't we meet on one of the challenges that we did? Was it?
It was, yes.
Supercharge your self-confidence or something, wasn't it?
I think it was. I think we supercharged self-confidence, yeah. And that for me was in the depths of lockdown. And so it was 2020, and yes, I was homeschooling 2 10-year-olds at the time. I was working for somebody else, trying to hold down a job, various different things. And I was just I wasn't looking after myself. I was just in a really, really tough place. And I always say, I have no idea how I found this free workshop, but I did it. And I think within 2 days, I just knew that I wanted to continue to work with you after the freebie. It was just something that I needed to do.
That makes us so happy. Like, you've literally got no idea.
And 2 years later, you can't get rid of us.
I know.
We don't ever want to be rid of you. Like, I think you painted there a beautiful picture. It's mid-lockdown. My God, we'll remember 2 years ago. It's mad, isn't it? Like, it's been such a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
Homeschooling and doing the job, especially when you're doing a job and you're working with somebody else, there's such pressure, isn't there, of like, we were all trying to be superwoman, I think, anyway, at that time, putting a brave face on for the kids and everything. But when you're working for someone else, it's like an extra level of pressure, isn't it?
It's a huge amount of pressure, yeah, absolutely. And it was something, at the time, they weren't being particularly supportive either. So, and to be fair, we were all struggling with lockdown, but I had clients that I was giving 100% to. I was trying to be a teacher to 2 kids, and, I never wanted to be a teacher. So that was a real struggle. And you were just felt like you were giving to everybody else. That's how so when I came to you, I was just absolutely empty, just didn't have anything left to give.
I remember that first call we had after the challenge. I think it was a challenge, we did like a 5-day challenge. And I remember then that you and I having a chat after it, and you were like, I'm ready, like I just something like change, like I'm done with this way of being.
Yeah, absolutely. I really was. It's just I hadn't come across, and because I work in financial services, it's a really male-dominated industry, and I just hadn't come across this community of women who were just there to help before. I just hadn't come across that, and that was so different to me, because I was very comfortable in being a male-dominated job and industry, and I was just very comfortable in that space. But I think I've said before, I didn't even understand that there was masculine energy and feminine energy. And once I understood that, I wanted to be more in the feminine energy and to know how to do that and be that and live it.
Absolutely.
Were
And
you
that
more
was
comfortable with men,
life-changing.
weren't you? That's what you said. Like you were more in your comfort zone with men because that's what you've been used to doing.
Absolutely. That I've just grown up. My career was being that person. And I'd always been me, but to be in a group of women who have always got your back and who are ready to lift you up and help you, it was just alien to me. It really was. But that has been part of my massive journey and the life changing that I've had. It's been massive.
That was the word that was in my head, alien. It feels so, because we were all from corporate, very male dominated arenas, and we didn't know these women, the unicorns, existed, which is why we created what we have, because we wanted to create what we didn't know existed when we were in those shoes as well. Like and people were even saying at the retreat the other week, weren't the people who are in corporate currently coming up to us like very emotional and saying, like, where have you been all my life, and how like, how do these gatherings exist and women don't know about them? It's like everybody needs to know about them. But that's what we wanted to create with our, whether it's the free challenges, whether it's the paid groups that you're in, whether it's the coaching programs. It's about the community is just as important as the coaching, because that's one of the big enablers, isn't it, for you to be yourself?
100%, 100%. And I think even when you're doing these free challenges, just being in the Facebook groups and just experiencing the community is huge.
Yes.
Absolutely huge.
And
that was something that was really new to me. It was lovely.
I love it. And you're going to be, so we are running Wealth Without the Hustle from the 6th of June. And I think you're going to be one of our ambassadors in it. Which is because you were last time. And we love that because you're so passionate about what you get from being in the free community that we then want you to pay it forward as the ambassador to help create that with us. It's more fun.
Absolutely. It is. It's just about creating that really comfort and safe space for people to ask questions and just to get to know what's going on and to share as well. Because that's the part of community that we all love. Being, one of the in the elite group, that's massive. We learn so much from you two, but we also learn so much from each other as well. And there's not a single call that goes by when there's not tears of joy, happiness, or that we are all learning from each other.
And when you came on the Supercharge Your Self Confidence masterclass, and then you thought, right, I want to do more. What was it you were looking for? Like, what did you want to have happen when you decided to say yes and take the next step?
Oh, I think there's a few things. I wanted to understand me more because I felt like I just absolutely lost myself. Because as women, as mothers, we just were so used to giving to everybody else first. It's just our natural default, isn't it? We're taught as young girls to give to everybody else. As mothers, that's what you do. So I felt like I'd really lost myself to sort of try and get me back and understand myself. And then to try and understand me going forward as well and what I wanted. I knew that I loved my job and I loved helping my clients, but I knew that the way in which I was doing it, I wasn't happy. And I think, one of the most valuable lessons I've learned, which was quite early on, and I still have it, was that you are the creator of your day. And Cheryl, that's just something that sticks in my mind constantly. And when I get stressed or when I get worried or whatever it is, that just comes back to us straight away. And sometimes it's just the really, really simple things that can pull you back in line, which is what we all need.
Well, we feel like a victim of the circumstance most of the time, don't we? I did for many years in corporate. It was like, I certainly didn't feel like I was creating my day. I was, unwittingly, I was, but I didn't know that. I just thought that I had to be at the beck and call of everybody and everything else. Because I was in that energy, that was just what I got more of. And you've totally stepped out of that. And when you decided that you wanted to create your day, you made some big decisions about your life, didn't you? And you set very long-term goals, which I think are fast forwarded.
I know, I think so. I was on this 6-month Real You program, and I think within 3.5 months, I'd left my job and started my own business. and then, and then within a year, maybe a little bit longer after that, I'd set up my second business. So yes, it didn't take me long. Once you get rid of all of the crap and the shit and everything, and you can see that focus on what you want to do and how you want to do it, there's no point in wasting time, is there?
No,
there's no point.
Waste time.
No, definitely not. And now I just have beautiful days. And yes, it's busy. But I do get to create my day every single day. So, I'm sitting on my desk with 2 beautiful candles. And that for me is part of my lovely day. It's sometimes it's just that it is the little things, but I get to do that. But I guess even if you are in a very structured job or a structured role, you're not there 24 hours of your day. You've got 24 hours in that day. So even if you have to be in that structured job for 7-8 hours, you've still got the rest of your day every single day to create the space and exactly what it is you want.
Yeah, I love that.
And that's
we've all got the same 24 hours, whether it's me, Carol, you, Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey, and we've still got the same 24 hours to do something with that day. So tell us, now your day, like your candles, compared to before, what your life was like when you were still, because you loved your job, you loved your clients. It was that you didn't like them, but you didn't have freedom. And for you, getting freedom was really important, wasn't it?
Yes, it was so important. I guess now I was working under somebody else's rules and regime, and we were taught that's how you do this job. And being able to step back and decide how I want to do my job and how I want to serve my clients and deal with my clients, I get to choose that. I get to choose who I get to deal with and who I get to help, and I get to say no to people that I don't want in my life or I don't want to help. It's just and it's not that they're not a great person. It's just that it doesn't fit with what I'm trying to do or who I want to spend my time with. So I get to spend my time now with the clients that I absolutely love. The new clients who come to me, it's like that they're my perfect clients. And you do have to step back and go, no, I created this. This is what I wanted, because I sat down and got rid of all the rubbish in my life and just made space to decide how it was that I wanted my day to be. And that's not to say that I'm not really, really busy. I can be. But now I'm very flexible with my job, with my role. And I will see clients in the evening. But if that's the case, then I'll still have some time to myself through the day as well. So my job is very fluid now. But I chose that, and that's the difference.
You chose it and you created it, and you're literally living it into existence through thinking it out first. Absolutely. What do you think are the 3, two or three things that you do now that you couldn't do before, that you feel super, super grateful for, and feels like things that you think, oh God, other people do that? That must be lush, but you're now doing them.
Oh my God, there are so many. Even simple things like, when you work and you're supposed to be there, or you're supposed to be on call or switched on maybe 9 to 5. And that's instilled in us, right? From sort of the minute that we start working, at whatever age that is. But for me to be able to go and have a coffee with my sister-in-law, knowing that I'll have a client in the evening, or to be able to go to the gym. Like, there's certain things that I have in my week that are non-negotiables, like going to the gym on a Monday morning. It's non-negotiable. And fitting things in that are good for me first, because if I'm doing well, if I'm running at 100% or even 95%, I'm going to be a much better mom. I'm going to be a much better financial planner and coach. I'm going to be a much better partner, daughter, friend, whatever. And that was the biggest thing for me. If I don't fill me up first, if I don't look after me, nobody else is going to. and nobody's going to have me around. So
Exactly. You said.
huge for me. That was huge. So it is. It's just sometimes the little things of having choice. I think, you know, when we talk about wealth, it's not, you know, 30 years in financial services, it's not just money. Wealth is about having choice. It's about looking after yourself. It's about being able to say no. And having the confidence to say no. And not feel guilty about it as well, right? Because we're really good at making ourselves feel guilty. And guilt has no place in my choices anymore.
Oh my God. Well, there's just like mic drop moments everywhere. Is it wealth is having the power to say not feeling guilty about it?
Yeah. I love that.
It is. It's just so I get to, you know, I get to go on calls and laugh with my clients. The fact that I've got my relaxing piano music on in the background, I've got my little candles. How many other financial planners do that? You know,
not many. Yeah. But this is the thing, like, and share with the audience today and whoever's watching on catch up, like, what is your mission? Because we love your mission. Like, what is your mission? It took you a while. It took you a while, didn't it? And like, no, this is who I am, and this is what I'm here to do. And now that you are, there's just no stopping you.
There's no stopping us, no. And I've got two different avenues in which I created, but my mission is to just empower women and girls to be financially confident and educated and to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do. And part of Wealth Without the Hustle, for any woman, it's not just about focusing on the numbers, on the pennies and the pounds. It starts with actually looking after you and really, really understanding what wealth to you means. But my mission is just to educate and empower women and girls to be the best that they can be. 100%.
So that's so good. And how do any women watching this today who are like, actually, I don't know where to start, or I'm a little bit scared, or I think I do know, but I would love to know more about how Nicola can help me get educated on wealth and what that means to me? Like, how would they contact you, Nicola?
Oh, just drop me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn. I'm around all the time, and just have a chat and come into the group as well, because I'll be in there as well. You'll always find me, and I'm always talking about. I've also got my own little private group as well, the Wealth and Financial Freedom Community, and there's loads and loads of just interesting stuff in there. So
much good stuff, and you do so much, like you said, to educate and empower. Because so many of us as women are kind of scared of money. It's a generational thing. Like, my mother still doesn't know the bloody what bills come out. It's so important that we understand. But like you said, this is about the bigger picture of wealth. And in Wealth Without the Hustle, when we start that on 6th of June, it complements beautifully what you do, doesn't it? Because we are really there to help women get close to what does wealth mean. Let's have the conversations that we usually don't like to have, because we all get a little bit like, oh, money, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I addressed some of this in the lowdown tonight, because I was trying to write it last night. So guys, make sure you read it tonight, because we just get a little bit like, oh, you know, well, money isn't about happiness and it doesn't solve all your problems. I address a lot of this tonight in the lowdown, because me and Trevor talked about it, and it's all fear. It's because we're not comfortable, and we want women to stand in the power. And part of that, if you want to be the CEO of your life, you need to know what wealth means. You need to know what wealth looks like. You need to know how, if that's from a financial perspective, from a health perspective, like whatever it is to you, you need to know how to go and claim it. And too many women are out there undercharging, over-serving, hustling, and it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be hard. Look at Nicola. Look at the Nicola glow she's got going on. Because you get to choose your hard. You either work hard, working your ass off for somebody else and lining their pockets, but getting paid what you're worth if that's what you want to do. We have clients in corporate who love what they do, but they can still know what wealth means and how to claim their own power around money, whatever that looks like in corporate. And the same when you have a business. You've got to know what the exchange is that comes with that money, and be okay with doing it, and okay to say no to things that don't fit, and feeling good about it.
Absolutely, 100%. It is. It's just, I would just recommend anybody just join this little course, join this movement, just come and listen to these amazing women, because you know what you're talking about, ladies.
Thank you.
We do sometimes, not all the time.
We have a bit of a clue. This wealth stuff.
It amazes me and Cheryl. Like 4 years ago, we had literally just sat around that kitchen table. 4 years ago, this mapping out what the framework of our business would look like. We turned 4 on the 18th of June, and the business has made $1 million. Like, to us, that is just crazy, like how that's happened. Because remember, my limiting belief was, well, I can't get paid as well outside of corporate for coaching, like I pay you for that. And it's not about the money, but like you, it's like I've been away for 3 days this weekend, and we'll talk some more about that tomorrow when I'm live. But it's really us just starting to claim it and own it. But we have to understand what it is first, and we have to understand what the mind monkeys are doing that are stopping us getting there. And that's what this program addresses, isn't it? Like, what's your story? What's in the way? How do you actually manifest, which we're all doing all the time, and getting then really like down and dirty with all of these limiting beliefs that are kind of rubble in the system, and learning how to transform that into something else.
Oh, yes. And I love that analogy when you get down in the rubble. That analogy, when you go through that, is just brilliant. It was a massive light bulb moment for me.
Excavating. We're going to be excavating. We're bringing in the digger trucks.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know for a fact how many people it will have inspired, and Kat saying it should be part of mainstream education for young women. It should be, because we don't teach our kids about money. And funny enough, in lockdown,
we do teach our kids.
We do
by them watching what we do and our money story.
True. We don't teach them how to really be good and confident with money.
But we're always teaching them by the way we behave.
We are so true. But I always remember in lockdown when we were like, that's it, nobody's going. And I was like, what can I teach Caleb? And the first lesson I gave him was about money. It was literally, I was like, I know what I'm meant to be doing, but let's talk about money, because Mommy wants to make sure you know what you're doing.
Let's such fun for lessons.
But let's teach our kids that there's an Amazon parcel going to turn up every day in lockdown because we can't go out shopping. So all we're doing is buying online. Yeah, it's true though, right? We're always teaching them about money.
No,
just not always
saying, oh, we can't afford that, or how much is it, or oh, do you know how much that costs? Or well, you can have it, but you've got to work really, really hard for it. You know, you only get things if you work hard. Yeah. They're constantly imprinting in their mind that money's hard to come by. Because we've inherited those beliefs. All evil doesn't grow on trees. We are going to bust this shit wide open in this program, because not only will you leave a different person with how you feel about money and what you think is available to you, you're going to pass that on to your kids for literally changing the next generation. People ask me this all the time, will it help with parenting? Yes, because you will learn so much about yourself and what you're actually passing on without meaning to.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things for me was, and just like you know, I come from a very working class background in the northeast of England. My granddad was in the shipyards, and one of my biggest imprints was you have to work hard for your money. But I remember looking around all of the adults, and not a single one of them enjoyed their job. So you had to work hard for money and you didn't enjoy it. So therefore, for me, if I was enjoying my job, I probably wasn't working hard enough, or I was doing something wrong. And that took me a long time to kind of really peel that back, give myself permission to actually, you know what, you can earn a lot of money. You do work hard, but work hard at something you really love and enjoy.
You feel like you're cheating. It's like cheating. If you enjoy your job, you must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. So true. Well, for the hustle, we are going to be breaking this shit down and not just teaching you loads of like bumps. It's actual practical frameworks and strategies with our wealth mindset method that you can take and actually apply to any area of your life. So whether you are in corporate, or if you're new to business, or you've got a side hustle, or you're full on, you're already earning millions, this will take you to the next level wherever you're at, because that's how it's designed. It's the same work that we all do, whether you're earning a tenner or whether you're earning $1 million. It's the same work. So yeah, get involved, and please don't DM me and ask me when the next one is. This is the first one we've done in 6 months, so it'll be a while before we do the next one. So I'm happy to pay for a conflict coaching course. Yay, go on, Naomi. Right, we're going to leave you now. So we're going to stay on and chat, but we'll see you guys later.
Oh, it's a pleasure, ladies. Thank you.
Bye, guys.